It is that time. It is Wrestlemania season, and your boy is excited. So excited that I thought I would start Monday off with something, we shall say, different. This, in the words of Paul Heyman, is not a spoiler, but this is actually a prediction. This is something that I haven't all the way ruled out. Could this happen? Is there a chance of this happening? It's very small chance this happens. But as a WWE lifer, as a WWE fan, and if I'm biasly speaking, this would be absolutely one of my favorite moments of all time if this happened. This would be insane. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, let me ask you this. We're talking about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, CM Punk, main event of WrestleMania Night 1. What if? Because at this point, they're kind of all fighting over Paul Heyman. Seth wants a favor from Paul Heyman. CM Punk is owed a favor from Paul Heyman. And that favor was for Paul to walk CM Punk down the aisle at WrestleMania to be in his corner. For Roman Reigns, that's Paul Heyman's wise man. They run together, the tribal chief and the wise man. They're all kind of fighting, all circled around Paul Heyman. So, it really doesn't matter who wins. What if, say, for chance, Seth wins? Seth wins the match. Seth wants to walk out with Paul Heyman. Next thing you know, all you hear is Brock Lesnar's music. Brock Lesnar walks out. That crowd, I promise you, would jump out the box. That crowd would go crazy if the Beast Incarnate returned to WWE. It would blow the roof off the damn place if Brock Lesnar made his return to the WWE. See, and then that makes me think. Brock comes out. What if he came out? F5 Seth, F5's Roman, F5's Punk, and Paul Heyman leaves with Brock Lesnar. It would, as biased as I can be, this would be my favorite. Brock Lesnar is my favorite WWE superstar of all time, biasly speaking. This is my guy, okay? This is the guy when I started watching in 2003, okay? I've been watching since 2003 on my own. Since 2003, he was the first person I was like, that's my guy. That's my favorite wrestler. Why? Because he could go with anybody. He was the biggest dude who was beating up all the big people. He was agile enough to face all of the cruiserweights. Brock Lesnar could do anything. Then when you didn't believe it, he damn near almost made the Minnesota Vikings. Barely almost made it. He almost made the NFL. Then went to the UFC, the real fighting, and was a UFC world champion. Arguably probably could go into the UFC Hall of Fame one day. Who is like Brock Lesnar? Nobody. As an athlete. Brock Lesnar had one of the greatest rookie years. Not one of, I lied. The greatest rookie year of any professional wrestler of all time. No one has had a better rookie year than Brock Lesnar. And when you talk about CM Punk, when you talk about Roman Reigns, and when you're talking about Seth Rollins, who is more synonymous with Paul Heyman than any of them? It's the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. Before CM Punk became a Paul Heyman guy, before Paul Heyman was a wise man to Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman was an advocate to the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And I understand we're at that time where Brock's going to want to retire. So if Brock's going to want to retire, I'm all for it. I understand. But if there's still money to make, and if you get the Beast and Paul back together, and you add him onto this roster, oh my God, do you know how many matches we could have? You don't even have to do Brock and Roman anymore, because I understand people don't want to see it anymore. Brock and Seth now is a different matchup. Brock and Drew McIntyre now is a different matchup. Brock Lesnar and CM Punk now? Oh my God. Because first off, their match at SummerSlam in 2013, I believe, was absolute gas. That's one of the best SummerSlam matches of all time. That match is a banger. Brock Lesnar. This is my dying wish, okay? I will wish for it every single year until it happens. I need to see the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar back in WWE one more time to show everyone he's the conqueror. No one. He is the real one who defeated the Undertaker streak. Not Roman, Brock Lesnar. He is that guy. And if Brock decides it's time to do business, oh boy, it's finna get crazy. And also, it would be something you would least expect. I understand it's probably up to WWE legal, in which, if it's up to legal, they've been fighting this case with Vince 2 years now? I believe 2 years now, year and a half, 2 years, something like that. And my whole thing is this. This is a civil lawsuit. It's not about jail time. It's all about money. And last time I checked, Brock didn't do anything to her. Y'all can quote me if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm terribly sorry. But I believe alleged Brock's name came up in a text, which made it a bad look for WWE. I understand all of that. If Brock never touched her in any way, because we don't defend that. If Brock touched her, delete this whole video. I can just disregard this. But if Brock didn't do anything to this woman, if there's no real physical evidence Brock touched her, did anything to her, or any type of weird shit, it's time to bring the Beast back. It's been 2 years. Brock is not getting any younger. And that's the thing about our favorites in WWE. They ain't getting younger. You look at, for example, you look at The Rock. I promise you, when The Rock fights Roman Reigns, The Rock is done. The Rock will officially retire from wrestling. I bet money on that. If The Rock faces Roman Reigns, that day comes, The Rock is going to retire. If The Rock would have fought Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40, I would have bet my life The Rock would have retired at WrestleMania 40. It's the end-all, be-all, and it's the perfect match for The Rock. So, with John Cena retiring at the end of this year, The Rock retiring very soon in the future, if not retired already. You never know with The Rock. Who else of these legends will we have? Only one left, honestly, is probably Randy Orton. Randy Orton's probably the only one left. I know AJ Styles said he's starting to wind down a little bit. Our guys, from if you were a fan in the 2000s and then the 2010s and on, a lot of our guys are starting to get up there, and which means a lot of our guys are slowly starting to walk away from the business. And we're getting only more and more into the future. So because we're doing that, the time to cash in on these moments is right now. And if you add Brock Lesnar, if Brock Lesnar returns to the WWE again, oh my God. Because people can say whatever they want about Brock Lesnar. He's one of one athlete. One of one athlete. And when Brock respects his opponents, not a lot of people will work and sell like Brock Lesnar. Brock is one of those guys. Brock has always been one of those guys. And all I'm saying, as one of his biggest fans, it's time to bring the Beast, Brock Lesnar, back home to WWE. Paul Heyman, it's time you go back to being what you were best at, an advocate. We want you to be an advocate one more time, one last ride for the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. And we may be asking, who should retire Brock Lesnar? One damn person. Badass Braun Breaker. That would be amazing. If Paul Heyman's going to become a Paul Heyman guy for anybody else, and we're not talking reuniting with Brock, it would probably be Braun Breaker. But I'm not going to lie. Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins together could actually cook. And honestly, it would probably push Seth Rollins to that next level of mainstream that he's been desiring to get to be on that same page as Roman Reigns. No matter what, is Seth Rollins a better wrestler than Roman Reigns? Yeah. Is Seth Rollins better than Roman Reigns on the microphone? They're probably tied, probably maybe toe-to-toe. I probably give a little bit of edge to Roman. Is Seth Rollins a better character than Roman Reigns? No. No, 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 and no. But, and then the more than anything, is Seth Rollins a bigger draw than Roman Reigns? No. But if Paul Heyman got in Seth Rollins' ear, he could be there. He could give everything to Seth Rollins. If you think about it, the only person, look at the people Paul has worked with. CM Punk, top draw. Brock Lesnar, top draw. Roman Reigns, top draw. Paul Heyman. And there's a reason why Paul Heyman is so goddamn good, that if we're really being realistic, we have three people, three top stars in the business right now, basically no titles on the line, in the main event of WrestleMania, all fighting for Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman has become the championship. That's why he's the greatest manager of all time. That's all I'm saying. So what if the greatest manager of all time, you can make an argument, he did his best work for the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's just a thought that I wanted to get out there. I'm biased. I understand I'm biased in this moment. Brock Lesnar is my guy. So I don't give a damn. I'm going to be wishing for Brock until he returns. Unless he goes into the Hall of Fame. I'm going to be rooting for the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Let me know what you guys think. Let me ask you this one last and final question, guys. Do you think WWE, whether at WrestleMania or not, should bring back the Beast, Brock Lesnar? Let me know what you guys would think about that. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Forever gang. And until it forever finds you. Bye.